Hey, this is actually take two of my second video, hence the take two title, which also plays off the fact that this is my second video. Um, which means that I actually already have a blooper video ready and set to go when I feel like releasing bloopers. Um, hmm, Sorry, this is my room at my parents' place, which is not my actual room, and you probably will never see my actual room because it is a glorious mess. Creative people are messy, whatever. And this is a homemade smoothie that my father made, and my mom made the homemade whipped cream, which I'm not sure you can really see. That white spot is the homemade mountain of homemade whipped cream dripping under a berry smoothie. My parents are kind of awesome. So a couple things I want to address in this video. Number one is that I noticed in my first video that okay, putting the smoothie away before this entire video becomes me eating a smoothie. Perhaps that's exactly what it will become, but we'll try and prevent that. One thing I noticed I'm really bad at is eye contact. And I mean, part of it has to do with me, and I don't enjoy staring at things. I feel like it's really rude and intimate at the same time, and nobody likes to be rude and intimate. Part of it has to do with the fact that I'm totally terrified of technology. Like, when I leave messages on an answering machine, oh gosh, it's a bad thing, which is really bad since that's like a good portion of my job is leaving messages when people don't answer the phone. And they're totally good news messages. That's actually one of my favorite parts of my job is leaving those good news messages. But anywho, more on that later. My job and how I feel about talking about my job on the internet and things like that. That's going to be another video. But I'm going to try and get better with eye contact. I really am, because you're my viewers and I don't want to alienate you just because I am bad at making eye contact. So, also eye contact is a really effective weapon, I say, in the fact that it's a really, really wonderful way to reach out to people and to put the right emphasis on things. And so you'll find that I tend to make eye contact when I'm not thinking about it and trying assiduously to do better. That I will make eye contact on the important points of what I say. And the less important points, I don't make eye contact as well. But I'm going to try and be better. That's kind of my process. That's kind of what my whole blog is about. And so what my whole vlog is going to be about is being me and improving and being my better self, because I'm not who I want to be. Like, I'm comfortable with who I am right now and how I've taken my past and my lessons and my experiences and everything that makes up me, and how I've translated that into the person I am now. I'm super happy with that. But I also think that there's more to life than just being super happy with where you're at. So yeah. So eye contact, going to try to improve. Don't know if I'm actually going to. It also helps that I'm just super easily distractible, and you will find that out in my vlogs that I'm super easily distractible. Excuse me, the smoothie is calling. Apropos break. Okay. Oh my gosh. Why am I eating a smoothie on a freezing cold day? I don't know. Colorado weather. It's crazy. Weird. More on that later. Not that there's much more to say beyond that. Colorado weather is really insane. So the rest of this video is kind of just a really quick introductory. A lot of this information is on my blog. A lot of this is repeat information for you familiar types and new information for those of you who find my blog through my vlog, which I find highly unlikely that that's really anybody. But hey, cool, you know? If you do, great. If you don't, and this is all repeat information, maybe it'll make a difference hearing it from me. I am currently 25 years old. soon to be 26. I am one of 4 biological children, but we kind of just opened our hearts and our home first, heart second, or maybe it was heart first, home second, whatever, whichever comes first, and welcoming someone into your home to lots of people. And so I have tons and tons of siblings that aren't actually legally or anything biologically my siblings. Like, in one of my old blogs, I call them my philiological siblings, that they're my love logic siblings, because I believe there's logic in love, and I also believe that's really the best way to describe them, is that it's through the logic of love that they became my siblings. But anywho, so when I talk about my brother and sister, brothers and sisters, do not assume that they're biologically mine. Same with my nieces and nephews. In fact, I have several nieces and nephews, and none of them are biologically mine yet. I recently acquired a sister-in-law, who's not really a sister-in-law. My family doesn't do in-laws. Like I said, philiological, blah, blah, blah. Through love logic, she is my sister just as much as my biological sister, and I love her to death. And by recently acquired, I mean like less than a week ago. The same monikers I use on my blog, I'm going to use here. So my parents are mom, dad, mommy, papi, whatever, mama-san, whatever they come out as, not referred to by name. My older sister is Anli. My next youngest brother is Monkey. My youngest brother is Moose, currently Elder Moose. He's serving a mission in Brazil. And my sister-in-law, who is married to Monkey, is Giggles. You'll meet more people as the time comes, and as I talk about them. Let's see. I graduated from college with an English major and a classics minor. I'm much more proud of my classics minor than I am my English major, mostly because that's what I would have studied if I'd had a choice, but my college was small and didn't have more than a minor as my classics program. I'm in love with fairy tales and folklore. I love to write. I'm working on my great novel, which probably won't be all that great, but it'll be fun. And my writing's really improved, and so I feel like now's the time to really start working on it. I went to school at 3 different colleges before I settled on one. Graduated from school in Missouri. And yes, that is how you say it. I work for Professional Rodeo. And when I was at school, I worked with a college team, so I've seen both the boots on the ground perspective as well as the office perspective, and that's actually been really nice. I'm bipolar. I was diagnosed at 13, and that was several years too late. I started having serious behavioral issues around 9. So I have grown up with this disease. I've had it longer than, and yes, I am calling it disease, and that's okay. Because just because it's disease does not mean that it's this horrible, huge thing that controls my entire life. I actually kind of benefit from this disease in some ways, but it's still a sickness. I mean, it's still something that has to be monitored, and sometimes I do really well, and sometimes I do really, really crappy. But anyways, so I've been dealing with that with more of my life than I haven't been dealing with it. I'm bisexual, which doesn't really mean much to me because it's just part of me, but for other people it might mean a lot. I'm an abuse survivor, more than one abusive situation, and so occasionally I'll talk about that. I don't talk about that one as much because it's really close to me, and in many ways I'm still working through how public I want to be about that. I am LDS, otherwise known colloquially as Mormon, which I'll quote scripture from time to time in my blog or in my vlog, who knows. And sometimes it'll be from the LDS canon, sometimes it'll be from the Bible. I see religion as really individual, and Mormonism is what works for me. And I truly believe it. Like, it saved my life, along with rodeo and really good friends, but it totally saved my life when I was in a really bad place. And so I cannot deny the power of how this works for me. I love arts and sciences. I kind of see them as the same branch of the like branches, or the same branch on opposite trees. And I know that sounds really weird, but it's like 2 branches reaching from each other. Anyways, I just kind of love it all. I'm super geek, nerd fighteria, or fighteria, or however they decide to do that, and say that. Don't really care. I'm more of a reader than I am a speaker. And so I often pronounce things totally and completely wrong because I have more book friends than real friends. I'm on Twitter, and so you can follow me there. what more books to find. I blog, and this is with the blog. I don't know. It's just, I'm really crafty. I'm really artistic, but at the same time, I like logic. I like how it sits in my head and in my soul and how it explains things. And basically that's it. That's like a really short crash course for me. You'll get to know me better as time goes on. And interests that I forgot to mention will come up, and interests that I did mention won't come up for a year. So yeah, just, that's take 2. That's me. And I'm still working on that whole sign-off thing. But I really hope to get to know you too. Like I said in my first video, sing with me. And maybe that'll be my sign-off. I don't know. And all of this is really about joy and finding joy and being joyful and what it means to me to be joyful, because that's kind of that name thing again, which my next vlog will be about. So thanks for watching. Bye.